The song and dance of the Maasai people have long drawn tourists to Kenya. But these face masks are not part of their traditional clothing. They are a sign of the coronavirus, which has driven away their main source of income.
We completely depend on tourists to make a living in our community. We are currently faced with a huge challenge because they're not visiting anymore. They pay $30 to come to our village, and that helps us sustain our families. As we speak, some of our people are not able to provide for their families. Some are sick and can't afford medical care.
The Masai Mara is one of Africa's best-known savanna regions, popular for its mixture of private conservancies and national reserve land. The traditional herders who live here get much of their revenue from renting their land out to tourism lodges. Some also opt to work in these establishments as cooks or guides. But right now, lodge managers cannot afford to pay the Maasai their usual rent.
This model depends on tourism. Tourists come into the camp and the money they pay to be in the camps for this to survive. So without this, so far what they're doing right now is that they're paying half.
The 4x4s. They are now empty. Nalakiti Sayalel has not sold any of her beaded necklaces and bracelets since the start of the year.
We cannot even sell our animals for money because all markets have been closed. Before the pandemic, at a time like this, I would make a lot of ornaments and make a lot of money.
Kenya declared its first COVID-19 case in March. Since then, international flights have stopped and national parks have closed. The capital, Nairobi, went into a strict lockdown. But trouble started even earlier for hotel and lodge owners. Over 80% of reservations were cancelled at the start of the year, many of them from Chinese or American clients.
If the landowners are not getting any revenue, they can't feed themselves, they can't send their kids to school, they would have no option but to look at other forms of land utilization. So whether that is fencing it off, whether it's selling it to people, and all those other alternate land uses don't go together with wildlife and elephants and big cats.
Kenya's tourism industry has already lost $750 million this year, according to official figures, roughly half of last year's total revenue. International flights here will restart in August, but the high season is already past, and many hotels will remain shut. As for the Maasai, they hope that domestic tourists will come to their rescue and get them through the year.